All right, Creepshow has another special. This time it is for Christmas. And let me tell you something, guys. I bought this, I don't know, 6 months ago, or I don't know how long. And this is the one from the TV series. They had it at like a Spencer's or something. And I knew I was going to watch this and I knew I was going to review it, but I've like been in and out of like my home and my dad's house and, blah, blah, blah. The point I'm trying to make here is I've been wearing this shirt for near 3 days now, 2.5 days now, just because I knew eventually I was going to fucking review this thing. I never got to watch it. I was watching it in clips because I just couldn't get the time. Here I am wearing this fucking thing. I cannot wait to peel this thing off me after I'm done with it anyway. So this is a werewolves versus Santa Claus episode. Okay, we're going full silliness here. And I want to say this first up front. I was thinking about this when I was watching this episode. This episode in particular, but I feel like most of this show, if not all of this show, but especially this one, this couldn't have felt less Creepshow. Like the Creepshow that I fucking grew up on, the first two, not that fucking abysmal third one that, shouldn't exist. The first two, this feels, this is Creepshow. Okay. This isn't trying to knock the thing because I'll get into the review here in a second. While watching this, I was like, well, I really had to take a step back as opposed to just watching it for what it is, which is how I will do this review, is watching it for what it is. But also I have to comment on the fact that this feels nothing like Creepshow, zero like Creepshow. So anyways, moving on from that, this guy thinks he's a werewolf, so he goes to this Where People Anonymous. I forget what they call it in there, something like that. And in this world, there is not just werewolves, but there are a multitude of variances of were something. I won't tell you what they are within the film, but people do change into them within this film. There's a decent amount of CGI blood splatter, which is really annoying, but I did find the special effects and the creature effects and all that stuff, because this was done by Greg Nicotero, so you would expect there to be some good practicals and whatnot, and there is, as silly as it may be. And that's what this is. This is pure silliness. Like, very rarely are they trying to take this even slightly serious, if ever, and it is one of those things for me where I felt like they were trying too hard. Like, that's the way it felt while I was watching it. Like, oh, they're trying really hard to be funny. They're trying really hard to make these jokes land and to make these situations overly silly and trying to be clever and whatnot. And I feel like it might hit for myself. When I say hit, I mean like where I'm going to go, oh, okay, that was fine. I liked that. I'm going to go with I'll go 50% of the time. We'll just go half. Half the time I was like, okay, I like that. Never once did I laugh out loud. Not that I can remember. As I said, I watched it in clips and phrases, so it was broken up maybe 3 different times. It's only a 40-something minute episode, so I'm watching 15 minutes here or so on. But yeah, I don't remember laughing, although that is for sure what it's going for. I do like that it kind of swings for the fences and it plays around with this mythos and tries to embrace something fairly new. Does it feel like Creepshow? Not the fuck at all. Is it entertaining and worth a watch? Yeah. It's fine. At the end of it, I feel like if I had to rate everything and kind of come to a cumulative score, it'd be just passing. It'd be that was okay, that was fun. I like that it took it into a direction that I would not have expected it to, but man, it fully embraces how fucking silly it is. What some of these wear things that you see within this are just pure fucking parody. So do not expect anything serious. And yeah, as I said, it's out of control silly. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think what's bad about it is that it doesn't land a lot. And when things are trying to be overly silly and they don't land, it becomes cringy. That's like the risk you take with making something really parody heavy, is that you risk being fucking cringy as hell. And there are some moments in this that are like, oh, Jesus, that's a swing and a huge miss. But then there's other times where it's like, oh, that's a swing and kind of a hit. But never for me was it like, oh, wow, that was a swing and a knockout the fucking park. I did like the creature designs. I did like the look of Santa Claus. Although, I don't know. I'm like a little on the fence about him. But in the end of it, I'm going to go with that. I did like that they took chances and gave us something that, you know, maybe we haven't seen before. And it was very surprising. And the whole idea, like, doing something like this is, you know, I'm glad they did it. Why not? Have fun, right? So Greg Nicotero, I think, wrote this as well. So he just sat down and he had a blast. He's just like, how about, you know, where people, anonymous group, and then they find out that Santa Claus is after them and they have to fight him and multiple others. That's a fun, yeah, fuck it. Like, that's just going wild. I feel like the limitations of this show really just kind of, or the problems with this show really stem from the limitations of its budget. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. It feels like a budget issue the majority of the time I watch this show. Like, Shudder just does not have the money for this show, throws what they can at it, and we kind of get the end result of not really having the money to accomplish what maybe you want to have accomplished. Now, would a budget have made these jokes land better? No. Maybe some of them, just because of the limitations of what the budget would be able to show or whatnot. Maybe even actors, who knows. But regardless, overall, it's fine. It's Christmas time. It's on Shudder. It's not that long. If you're a completist who's watched everything in Creepshow so far, I can tell you this: it's a fuck ton better than the last episode, the Halloween special or whatever. Man, I really didn't like that at all. That animation style, everything just did not work for me. So let me know if you watch this. It's, I already went over it. Adios.